Yo, what's up everyone? This is CryptoBox. With another video. We create videos about blockchain games, NFTs, and more, so consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you don't miss big opportunities. So in today's video, we have Mobox again, and as many of you know, Mobox is a pretty popular platform for play-to-earn gaming. Actually, one of the first play-to-earn games or platforms that I've actually caught onto and saw. Now, as you can see, right here in front of me is my first ever video, and coincidentally it is Mobox, and I'm just here to just look at Mobox again and tell you guys if it's worth your time and if it's still a project that doesn't have a bad reputation like many other play-to-earn games or platforms out there. Mobox is definitely a strong stander and actually one of the projects that would really gotten you bullish if you were in by the time when I made a couple of my first videos. You can see the price was about $1.54. When I got into Mobox, it was actually maybe 50-60 cents. And so when I created this video, it was $1.54. Now it's about, if you go over to check, it's about $2.35. Not much, but their all-time high was $8 or $9, and it was there for a pretty long time. So you had all the opportunity to make all that profit, a good 4 to 9 10x. So pretty good. And if you go over to their Twitter now, you can see how much progress they actually made. You can see right here that they have 303,000 followers. I'm not sure if I actually showed their Twitter page right here in this video, but if you can try to find it. Unfortunately, it seems like I did not cover the Twitter because, as you can see, my format of video wasn't really established before then, but we're not here for about my old video or something. We're here about Mobox. So, 303,000 followers, as we said, which is very, very good. They do get the engagement, a pretty good amount of engagement. Nothing crazy, as you can see, 150 likes. Really nothing, like I said, shocking. Which is kind of disappointed, but, like, what do you expect? Play-to-earn's reputation overall has been destroyed. And honestly, I see there is a reason for that. There's many projects that are now, like basically crap coins or whatever you want to call them. And basically, most of them are now, all those play-to-earn games must be rugs or stuff like that, most people will think. And when I see, most of them, I also do think, because now, like, they barely put any effort and time. While here you have, like, Mobox actually having multiple games and releasing many games since, I made my few videos. At the time, there was about one game, and that was like the Momo 3v3 game mode, and that was the only game that was out, and Bull vs Bear was coming out at the time, and that was pretty early. It wasn't the most earliest stages of Mobox, but that was pretty early. And that's how you know a project is actually a gold mine, when they actually have a game that's working. They're actually putting so much effort in to get all those games out. So we can see the difference now in the Mobox main page. If we pull up the YouTube video again right here, you can see this is how it started off. They had the Momo Farmer, the Token Master, which Momo Farmer is just a D-app, and then the Token Master is the game that was actually out. And then you had like Bull vs Bear and Trade Action right here, which was coming out. So basically you had one game right here. You can see this was the website at the time. Now it's massively changed. You can actually see and scroll out this like map thing, and you can see like little Momos. You got Moversity, you got Moland Defense, which is a new game, Token Master, the old classic game, their governance place. It looks pretty cool. These graphics are actually pretty cool. It reminds me of like Clash of Clans or something because of the buildings. NFT Marketplace, you got the Block Brawler, NFT Farmer, Moland, and Chains Arena, which are all new games, most of them at least. And then you can see like the milestones they've hit, like the most expensive NFT sold, which I'm pretty sure wasn't an auction, because NFTs like this won't just sell, at least on the Momo platform. It won't just sell for $1.5 million. It's probably sold on the auction. which does make sense. And it's a free-to-play game. When I actually won, I think the first ever free-to-play play-to-earn game to ever be existed on a blockchain. Now don't take my word for that, do your own research, but I think so, because I never saw anything other than, that was free to play. You obviously had like Axie Infinity or something, and a few other games, and basically this was like the only free to play game, and that's why it had all its hype from the beginning. So obviously they've made so many changes, and that's a great thing, because you don't want a very slow project that barely pushes out any new updates. Comparing this to, I'm not gonna badmouth any other projects, but let's say we had this project of dinosaur monster things, and basically I had a runner asset flip game, which is basically using already created free assets on the store of like Unreal Engine and all that, and basically just placing them into a game. And you're not creating any assets yourself, you're not creating the scripts or anything about the programming itself, and you're just placing those assets in, taking pre-made or pre-created scripts, and then like a template basically, and then slapping on your own design and calling it a game. And then it takes, they get a bunch of money, and it takes them, let's say, like 9 months to come up with their first demo of the game. And obviously that's disappointing. And then you have here, like, I don't know, look, we already have about 5 games out, and this was in, as you can see, July 26th, which is almost a year ago, but 6 games already out, comparing to 9 months of no game, is obviously better progress. And they were making like a game like every 3 or 2 months, which makes it even better, because they actually made quality games. They didn't make like asset flips, or they actually put effort into their games. Now I know this is like web gaming and it's not actual games that you download, but there's no excuse when they made 6 games, so you can't really make an excuse up for that. You can see they still have their staking. They actually used to have such a high average APR. They had over like 600% APR at once, and it was there for a long time. It stayed 600 and went down to like 300, but it took a few months to actually get to 300%, and still 300% was still a lot. And if you're asking, oh, was it worth to stake? Obviously it was worth to stake, because at one point the price of Mobox went so high that whatever you had that was staking in there would make you so much key tokens. At the time they'd give key tokens, or now MBOX tokens. You would get so much MBOX tokens from the already high balance you had staked in, because the price of the token was higher. And then obviously the momos at the price at the time, if we look over here, we can see $28 for a unique. I think this is a unique, I'm not sure, but you can see like pretty cheap pricing, right, for momos and NFTs and stuff. And you can see how cheap epics were actually at the time. There was epics going on for like $500, I remember. You can see the legendaries right here for rent or lending and stuff like that. You can see the actual token master game. I was actually playing it in myself. You can see my momos and stuff. And I did get on the leaderboard a few times, but then obviously people started taking the game more seriously and started outbuying momos and all that. But if we go over to the market right now, I have sold my momos, obviously, because at one point, I should have not sold it, but the game was going down and it was at its peak price, and I said, why not take the profits, like a normal person would do. So we can see the marketplace right here. Prices are a bit higher, not much higher, but at one point even commons were like $100 to $200. But you can still see that these are pretty decently priced. You can see uniques sometimes at some point will be pretty high price depending on their rarity. You can see the epics are $1,300, and these are level 1s. In the video they weren't level 1s, if I'm not wrong, right here. Yeah, level 4s and 3s, and as you can see right here, level 5s and all of that. So, if I were to say if Mobox is worth your time, definitely worth your time. It's more worth your time than like most play to earn games out there. If you take out, if let's say Gala didn't exist, or like Sandbox or something, this would be your #1 go-to. Because Axie Infinity obviously is not free to play, and by getting like a whole team, you'd still make like, I don't know, $2 to $3 a day. Which, if you want to check out my last video about Axie Infinity and what really happened, and you know what happened to the earnings and the price of the Axies, go check it out. But yeah, basically Mobox is definitely worth your time. You can still see that they're doing legendary Momo auctions and stuff. You can see still people are buying it for a really high price. You can see the highest bidder right now is 73,000 Mobox. If we go over to CoinMarketCap right here and check how much that is, that's truly a lot of money. As you can see, $172,000 just for a Momo, and you know at one point it was $1.5 million. So you got to think of it like that. We're in the bear market right now. What do you think is gonna happen? So, you know, you still got your good old Token Master. You still got your Block Brawler, which came out a few months after, and then you got all these new games that I've never played myself before. And you know, honestly, they probably worth your time because you have so many games that are free to play on their platform right now that you could actually make a good amount of money. So, you know, tell me, what do you think of Mobox? I know it seems like a dead game or something like that, but really, if you think about it like that, then really look at the other games and they will be way more disappointing than, you know, Mobox, because Mobox still is one of the GOATs in the play to earn scene. So, hopefully you appreciate this video and learned something new. You can also join our Twitter and Discord server to be a part of our like-minded community. And don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.